Hi everybody, my name is Caroline Weeks, and for those of you who don't remember me, I am an ISU alum. I graduated with a degree in dietetics and music, and I used to be the old president of the Student Dietetics Association. So this is really fun for me to do this quick video. I'm currently in my internship for dietetics right now in Minneapolis at the Minneapolis VA hospital, and I just wanted to give you a kind of a insider's look on what it's like to be an intern. I have a YouTube channel with other videos that answer some questions I'm sure you may have. So for your own benefit, take a look at the videos I've posted in the last couple months. I think they would be of interest to you. So Gretchen, your president, or co-president I should say, sent me a list of questions that you guys had come up with in regards to the internship. And I'm going to take some time to answer them to the best of my ability. I'm only in my internship about 2 or 3 months in. No, 3 months in. So there's still a lot yet to explore, but I've already covered so much ground, and I feel like I'm a completely different student than when I walked through the doors, so that's great. So let's see here. What makes your internship different? Well, obviously it's at a VA, so it's a federal institution. I'm technically a federal employee working for the VA hospital, so it's not going to be the same as a private hospital like probably most of you work at. So with that, the benefits for the patients are a little different. Actually, it's kind of the ideal place for a dietitian to work because a veteran can set up as many appointments as he or she wants with a dietitian. So in many ways, you can really track the progress of a patient, whereas typically in an inpatient setting, you don't necessarily get to see as much progress there. But we see our veterans over a span of months sometimes, so that's really great. My favorite part of the internship so far has just been the patient interaction. I love seeing patients, I love communicating with people, so that is probably my strong suit and what I enjoy most. I also am really happy to say that the intern group, there are 8 of us this year, have a great relationship. So I've really enjoyed communicating with other fellow interns and communicating with preceptors. So you know, definitely start developing your communication skills if that's something you feel like you need more work with, because it's something that's going to be a huge factor of any job, any internship that you go into. Another aspect that I really enjoy, yet something that's very challenging, is the acute nature of the patients that I see. Right now I'm working on the medical intensive care unit and the psych ward, and so that combined, I see a lot of very acutely ill patients and a lot of stressed patients in many ways, shapes, and forms. So that's a challenge. You really have to think on your feet. You really have to know the physiology behind different medical diagnoses and things of that nature, and how to appropriately intervene with nutrition. So I really like being able to critically think as soon as I walk through the door at my job. That's a really hard part, but a really rewarding part as well. A second challenge that I know all of you, if you're not already getting now, will get in the internship is critique, and being able to gracefully take criticism and use it to your advantage and your benefit is something that I will say is tough in the beginning, but it does get easier. Your preceptors in your internship only want you to succeed, so they're going to give you hopefully great criticism. You know, for those of us who want to be perfect or want to be A-grade students all day, every day, taking criticism can be pretty challenging up front, but it's only going to make you better, and my advice to you is to just soak everything up that they say like a sponge. So it's funny, the last question you asked was, what had I wished I had known before entering the internship? And I actually made a video on this topic, so instead of me going into it in great detail again, I encourage you to look at that video or even show the video at your meeting tonight. One of the biggest things that was a shock to me was the amount of charting that you do as an inpatient dietitian. It's a lot of sitting at a computer, charting, entering notes. Charting and doing notes is not something you really learn in undergrad. It's something you'll get hands-on experience with really within the first week of the internship. But it's a lot of writing exciting to be a dietitian, a lot of, again, critical thinking, and a lot of time spent, and you have to encounter on that time that you spend both sitting at a desk, typing up your note, and talking one-on-one with the patient. So I guess the need for time management skills too was something that really was impressed upon me even more in the internship. You really have to make the most of every minute of your day because the day goes by so fast and there's so many balls that you have to juggle as a clinical dietitian, and to get everything done in any given day is sometimes easier said than done. So my biggest advice to you when picking an internship is, I guess, twofold. For those juniors in the audience, try to make sure that you get as much experience outside of school as you can, and preferably in the realm of work and paid experience. I think something that really benefited my application was the fact that I had strong clinical work experience for 4 or 5 years. The fact that I stayed at one job and showed perseverance, I stayed in one position for X amount of years, I think showed a lot of dedication, and I just gained a lot of experience that I wouldn't have not working in a clinical setting. That being said, if you don't have a clinical job, it doesn't mean that it's not going to benefit you or you're not going to look good on paper. But I would encourage either shadowing or something to get you through the doors of a hospital itself. Secondly, when it comes to choosing the internship that you want, set your sights high. Go with your gut and really choose the program that you want, because you can't sell yourself short. I know it's competitive, but you just really have to pick your number one choice if you feel like you have what it takes to get it. Ways in which you can really make yourself stand out is really conveying the fact that you want that program in your personal statement. My best advice is to really spend as much time with that personal statement as you can. Start early if you haven't already, and get as many people to review and critique that statement as you can. So those would be people like your advisor, your teachers, your parents, coworkers, your boss. Also people outside of the realm of dietetics and nutrition too, just to get new perspectives and different outlooks on syntax, choice of words, flow, grammar. All things really come together to make a really top-notch personal statement. Another thing that you can do, I know some open houses have occurred already. We had ours at the VA already a couple weeks ago. But something you can do is to really take time and invest the money in visiting these internship programs and attending open houses, because that will give you a kind of a gut sense as to whether or not you feel you could attend that program. I went to the VA's open house, and that's what really solidified the thought in my mind that I knew it would be a good fit for me. And interestingly enough, I went to another open house the same weekend, and on paper I thought that that was the program I wanted, but when I actually went to the open house, I thought otherwise, and actually the VA was the kind of the choice for me to make a long story short. So attend open houses, really read over your personal statement, get as many people to look it over, put a lot of effort into that. And last but not least, don't sell yourself short. You've put in the work thus far. Believe in yourself that you can get the program you want. So if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. You can get my email address from Gretchen. And best of luck to you in your classes. I know final exams are coming up, so push on through. I know you guys can do it, and the holidays are just around the corner. So take care, best of luck.